We are working on the top terms project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. Previously, we saw how we could display the player's card quite neatly so that the fields are all visible quite nicely and it's nicely formatted. Now we have to move forward. Remember, depending on the player's chance or the computer's chance, the player gets to choose which category he or she would like to compete in. For example, in this case, we have Trump World Tower, took 2 years to build. Possibly I can go with this. Now notice that the player is supposed to, highlight the choice, but the keys that we are looking at are quite long. For example, height, especially this one, built up area. So we want to do it in a little bit more concise manner, a little bit more, let's say, user-friendly manner. What we want to do is that we just want to say, for example, if I want to choose, let's say, time to build, I will just do a T over here. And the system will understand that, okay, look, I wanted to choose time to build. Basically, what I'm trying to get at is that we will get to choose the key that we are looking at by just selecting the first letter, for example, H, F, Y, B, or T, so that the game kind of continues. Of course, this time turned out it was a draw. Next, the computer chooses. Again, the player gets to choose. So this time I won. But now I get to choose again as a player. It says, what's my choice? Perhaps Chrysler Building. This time I could go with, let's say, year build. So I go and choose Y. Remember, I'm choosing the first letter of the key that I want, and that makes it quite nice. Now we do this. So yes, I won this. We do this through a dictionary that we create. We call it the mapping dictionary. In this video, we will see how we create this mapping dictionary and, how, as we have seen, it really helps us to keep our code and keep our user interface, let's say, a bit clean. Now, creating this mapping dictionary is not hard, in fact, because we have all the keys of interest inside this list called relevant keys. All I need to do really is to create a dictionary which will map, let's say, the first letter of every key to the key itself. And that's what we will do. I will create, let's just say, a mapping, say, dictionary. Now, this mapping dictionary will start with, let's say, mapping. I don't want a capital letter. Let's just say mapping. Let's say dictionary is given by a curly braces. So that makes it a dictionary. So we know that's a dictionary. Now I just need to populate every key of this. How do I do that? Well, I can just run a for loop over this list relevant keys. And I can just say for key in, let's say, relevant keys, mapping dict, say, square bracket, key, and 0. Now that, remember, is the first item, the first character of this string, for instance, height, then the first character of floors, F, Y, and so on and so forth. And I want the value to be equal to the, now this, so this is basically a basic dictionary creation where we created an empty dictionary and we created the keys for it from coming from a list in a very special manner. So when I, let's say, now, when I run this piece of code, if I look at my mapping dictionary, notice it has done exactly what I wanted it to do. For every character, for example, H, the value is height, F, the value is floors, Y, the value is year built, and so on and so forth. As we'll see later, we will be able to get the user's input, for example, as a character, H, F, Y, B, or T, and we will be able to map this to the actual dictionary keys. And it's quite useful not to keep the user interface clean. I hope you found this interesting. In general, if you think this way of learning where we build activities in a step-by-step manner and apply concepts to, to building that activity, look at our website because that is how we learn Python programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.